What's up, board gamers? Welcome to our meditations on the most recent game of Star Wars Shatterpoint. And geez, what a close game. The last struggle there, we both had our momentum right up to, well, here you go. We had our momentum.
Technically, for what it's worth.
Right up there. And top decking Vader was apparently exactly what you needed to do there. And
yeah, it was Vader or the B1s at that point, and the only other cards in the deck were Shatterpoint or B1s.
Yeah.
Because if the B1s went, they just win that point, and that's just game right there, because that was the priority point.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it, geez. Obi-Wan's just sneaking up here and knocking the clone off here. Was I too generous letting you push me? I was wounded.
Maybe a little bit, but you would have been wounded, so it would have made a difference.
So, oof. Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint where I might have made the misplay. Like, there's some talk that maybe it was like Anakin over here. I don't know. I think the only thing that might have been better for me is if I had Obi-Wan within range 3 of more people, so I could mind tricked a whole bunch more.
Fair. Mind trick was expensive, though. It definitely drained your force a lot this game.
It did, but it kept me in the game for the second struggle, right?
It did. It won you the second struggle.
And I mean, there's an argument to be made that if I had gotten Obi-Wan, like within 3 of Barriss over there and done a mind trick, Vader would not have been able to take her, but then also, abandoning that point there. So there's a lot that was coming in this. I think this was also our most deadly game.
Yes, I've lost 3 things from the table. You've lost something from the table.
I lost the 5-0 first,
and most of your characters were wounded. Most of mine were wounded. Like the B1s were gone if they activated again.
Mm-hmm.
They would have won me the game in their final activation, but they were gone. Kenobi Kenobi was on his first wounded token. Vader was the only one who was really untouched here, and likewise your Kenobi was pretty much untouched.
Well, my Kenobi kept getting the benefit of a bunch of recovers, right?
Yeah, you recovered him a few times, and the few times I went into him wasn't enough to actually take him off. So.
Yeah, no, so it was definitely an interesting game. Now, one interesting thing about this one is we really did not put ingress points on the table at all.
No, we played with very few of them. There was the one here.
And then there was one on the other side over there, which...
We didn't end up using that one. Both of us used a jump to get up there.
Yeah, I mean, you could have used it, but you had the jump. The jump would have gotten you up there regardless.
I was planning to use it initially, and then, the way things worked out, I didn't need to.
I got to say, I kind of like the game a little bit more with less ingress points.
Yeah, I think it makes the mobility abilities feel more powerful. I definitely think that's a plus, because I feel like a lot of units are kind of designed with that in mind.
Yeah, I know. I liked it. I felt like our movement was far more poignant. Like, we actually had to think a little bit more about it. I think we both had some really great movement interactions going on with the game.
Yep.
All in all, I feel like this game felt really good.
Yeah. I agree. This was a really tight, close game.
Yeah. And something that would have, I just realized something that would have made a little bit of a difference is if instead of Anakin going into the 212, oh no, I think I need to take the point with the 2. Never mind. If Anakin had opportunities to go into more primary or secondary units to actually get that extra struggle space, it could have made a big difference. But there wasn't really a lot of options, because by the time he activated, Rex was already knocked down. And oh man, those early knockouts were. Yeah, those were big for me. It gave me a lot of breathing room to kind of try and control this one, and I got some really lucky attacks in there. Luminara taking out Ahsoka.
I think it was Ahsoka.
Was just like a shot of luck right there, and
and you did it from the more defensive side too, because I remember we had that discussion of it was more dice versus fewer successes needed.
Yeah, because I think I needed the shove.
No, it was you got more damage faster on the other side.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So 3 successes was enough, whereas on the flip side you would have needed a lot more.
The 5 damage was enough, and I think I got just enough.
To
get in there. But all in all, a lot of really great moments. I'm gonna say I think this is the first game where attrition has really felt.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, it felt impactful. I still don't think it was the winning factor in this game, but I feel like my attrition felt good. Your attrition felt good.
Yep.
Our attrition was really impacting the game, which was really nice.
A lot of points were won or lost this game off of models being wounded, and that usually isn't the case. Usually, it's just how many bodies can you put on a point. So I think that was a big thing this game, and I think part of that was how much more important elevation was, because we had so few ingress points. getting more bodies up there was a lot harder, so we had to kill things.
And it made things a lot more interesting. Like we had on Struggle 1, we had the massive scrum going on right there,
Yep.
which just felt really cool. Then on Struggle 2, we had the massive scrum going on there.
That was just like trying to get everyone up there was such a hassle. I mean, I spent 4 force on Ahsoka just getting her there.
It was worth it though. It
was.
It kept the struggle in there and it put Ahsoka over there. And
I
think I would have won that struggle a lot sooner. Otherwise, right?
You had a huge lead on me before that turn. So
yeah, because I think was that the turn where you scored 4?
No, that was the previous struggle, I think.
Okay, but either way, like it was big for you, right? Like it was
a turning point that almost let me pull that struggle too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I gotta say I enjoyed the Clone Commandos a lot more in this particular game. I felt like they did a lot more for me.
They did meaningful things, and having scale was relevant again. Yeah. The ingress points.
It's kind of unfortunate pulling Barriss was maybe I should have stuck with Luminera instead of Barriss. Because Luminera, I could have gotten her over here.
True.
Right? And with Luminera, I do have a whole bunch of shoves.
Yep. So there's a world where you take Obi-Wan off.
Yeah, you know what? I think going for Barriss was the wrong play. I think going for Luminera was the better one. Because that would have pushed Obi-Wan off there. I would have had that point.
Yep.
And you would have been scoring far less.
Yep.
Darn, that was my misplay right there.
No, that's possibly
thinking that Luminera wasn't the right play. Darn.
I will say I would have still had this point here, and then I would have just been able to put Vader back in the deck for the B1s and take that point. So I actually don't know if it would have changed anything.
But if I potentially wounded him, I would have also gotten momentum off it.
Which would leave us in the same game state at the end, though.
So, but there was also a point where, oh no, that wasn't the priority one, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't remember where the last priority one was.
The last priority I think was here.
Right there?
I could be wrong about that.
Either way, that might have been the better play. Something else that I could have done, it probably wouldn't have really mattered, but like reposition and just actually, you know what? Even if I just repositioned and made it so Vader couldn't punch Barriss and you just score the point instead of getting the momentum token as well.
Oh, fair enough.
Right?
Yeah. Although you would have never gained the point if you did that because you would have repositioned off of it while it was still in my control technically.
That is fair. That is fair because the reposition came as part of the punch. So yeah, there's a couple things a couple what ifs that pop into this scenario, right? Let's see who was. Oh man, if it was Anakin instead of Barriss there, my goodness, it would have been a different game. Yeah, because Anakin instead of Barriss, Anakin basically just friggin' hops on over.
Yeah, and then you end up with 2 models over there, which is a lot harder for Vader.
Not just 2 models, but 2 attacks into Vader as well.
Yep.
Because I would have had the force to do my what's it called? I'm going to end this.
Yep.
So I could have gone into you with an attack. Barriss would have given me 2 additional dice on top of that. So yeah, if I had top decked Anakin instead, would have been a very different game. Would have been a super different game actually.
Yeah, no, Vader definitely would have went down, and then when he comes back up, he wouldn't have been able to get both of them off the point.
Well, it's not just that because taking Vader out would have also given me a point as well, right?
Right, and 1 momentum. So yeah, I would also be 1 further behind. Yeah.
So I think that might have been if I had top decked Anakin, I think that might have been game.
No, that's fair.
If I had done it. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that it very easily could have come down to a different top.
It was definitely a close game.
Yeah, definitely a close game. I had a lot of fun with this one.
Same.
I think we're both getting much better with the game. I mean, you're still kicking my teeth in whenever you got the chance. But you know what? It's still fun. I still had a lot of fun with this one, and there were so many instances where one slightly different roll of the dice, one slightly different decision.
Oh, for sure. This game had some big swing points in it.
Yeah, no, it was good, and like I said, I really liked how we had very few ingress points on this one. Terrain felt impactful.
Yes.
As a result.
I agree.
And I wasn't sure how I was feeling about your choice of the B1s, but they did some decent work.
They did all right. I honestly, hindsight, I might have preferred something like the 501st over them. The 501st are really bad, but they at least synergize with everything. Ahsoka never got to use her getting ahead of yourself again because she was never near a Galactic Republic supporting unit.
In all fairness, I had a bunch of characters who were kind of in a similar boat.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you kind of have to really work to set those up. And we're not quite at a stage in experience with the game where we're good at setting that stuff up. So
yeah.
Because I'm going back to this one because in addition to that, Luminera could have also spent a force to get a 5 dice attack into Obi-Wan as well. And
yeah, there's a world where you take him out there.
Yeah. Oh,
not a crazy likely world, but there is a world.
Well, I mean, I could have also just applied a flat damage from the from the expertise, or not the expertise, the coordinated fire as well, right?
Yep.
So I only need to actually get 7 damage through, or at the very least, like just push Obi-Wan around a bunch.
Yep. No.
Oh well, that's the thing. It's a whole bunch of what ifs, right?
Also, Obi-Wan made a lot of use out of the your hatred makes you powerful. The amount of times he added 5 dice to his attacks this game.
Obi-Wan was a beast.
He was.
Pairing him with Vader is...
sorry, 6 dice to his attacks.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. When you told me you were rolling 14 dice into the clones, like, oh my.
Yeah.
And you just freaking rocked them.
13 into the clones. I think it was Vader.
I thought it was 14.
Someone threw 14 at one. Oh, he focused.
Yeah, he focused
that was 14.
Well.
You're right.
Because you did your jump thing. You got 2 extra dice from that. Then you got 3 extra dice
from that.
Oh, was it 3 from that?
3 from that.
Oh, geez. And then the focus. Yeah, like just you threw a whole bunch of dice.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting my commandos to survive regardless, but you just like really
14 dice kind of guaranteed it.
Just ripped into them. So we had some great moments like that. Anyway, so I think that's it for that game. So if you guys enjoyed it, definitely join the conversation below. Remember, if you like the tokens that you're seeing, Aegis 10, there is a code in the description below. And of course, if you're looking for ways to support the channel, patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios. We'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.